Hi everyone. Oops, wrecking the joint already. Hi everyone.
You can tell we're tired.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. I'm here with Natalie Porter.
Hello.
Wrecking the joint. Sorry, crikey. I can feel it's going to be one of those nights.
It really is.
So, Natalie, are you glad to be back in the kitchen?
I sure am.
Are you as knackered as we are?
Yes, we are.
So, we're here in the kitchen. We were umming and ahhing a few weeks ago whether we should do a live tonight because we know how exhausting it is. Anyway, I said to Natalie, you know what, Natalie? Come on up, get it done. And then I've blown it on her today, and it's only because she said she's got to travel a little bit further up north that we've decided to split this live. So this poor girl left her house on Thursday and won't be back home till Friday of this week because she's come straight from the show last night to her sisters. She's come here today, she's with us tonight till tomorrow, and she's going trotting around, and then she's back with us on Thursday night. So we're going to get you a Natalie Porter part 1 and a Natalie Porter part 2, aren't we? So Natalie introduced loads of new things at the show this weekend, which we're going to eventually get to those. But before I do that, I want to just thank you all, amazing people, for voting. I'm going to lie these down. For voting for us, because we won. Look at this. Woohoo! Not one, but 2. Look at these news Laura brought us, eh? How cool is that?
We have to celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are absolutely delighted that we won these awards. These awards for Product of Excellence. We're not the only winners, there were several winners. And the reason that they've tried it this way, instead of like being Best Product, which is normally the name of the award, it's actually Products of Excellence Awards this year. And what it was to all those ones that were nominated, they put them up and then they've gone to the judging panel and they basically picked what they thought was the best products. Because it's very difficult to pick between, I don't know, what was on there? I can't
sugar
remember.
paste.
Yeah, sugar paste, sweet stamps,
A nozzle.
icing sugar, nozzles, what was it? So they picked a range of products, which did seem a little bit strange to us on the night, but now I get it, you know, it's in. Anyhow, I don't care. We got 2 awards, so we're really very, very chuffed. And we also need to congratulate Sweet Stamps because they got awards for Product of Excellence as well. And we also need to say a big, massive thing to Molly Robbins because she got the People's Choice Award. And she looked like the most gorgeous princess in the room.
Did.
The most gorgeous princess in the room, and she is with us on Saturday, so I'm sure she'll bring that award with us as well because we have 2 demonstration days on Saturday, one for the morning, one for the afternoon. So anyhow, so I'm digressing. So that's our awards, and the other thing is we need to say thank you to you. So thank you to you for voting for us, thank you for believing in us, thank you for believing in our product, and it's made my day. Worked hard for this. We've been after this for 3 years, haven't we, Laura?
Absolutely.
Maria?
Yeah.
You know that anyhow as well, don't you? Good. So let's put those on there before we drop them. How we haven't smashed these, I don't know. We've learned today that someone's actually broke theirs, anyhow, but we haven't. So just before, I've actually got a list, I can't believe it. So I've organised myself. So Natalie is on tonight. She's got quite a lot of things to show you. And rather than this being completely rushed, we're doing it in 2 sessions. So we'll tell you what she's doing in a minute. But what I do want to say is a big thank you to all of you who brought us presents. I can't believe how many of you brought us a gift. We had a lady from, where's she in America?
America.
America?
Yeah.
Was that done?
It was Dina's.
Yeah.
Dina's. So she brought
me something.
Did she?
Oh.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. So Dina's brought us a fabulous gift. She brought Laura one. Shared it with Maria. And then you've got one as well, which was fantastic. And to come all the way from America to see us as well, how fabulous is that? Karen Shepherd brought us stuff, Shelley Walkington, Tracy Atkinson.
Yeah.
There was loads.
Chocolates, people bringing chocolates to the stand.
Paraman. There's loads of people who brought us stuff, and if I've missed your name, I'm so sorry. You can imagine that these chocolates, there's not many left, Maria.
Sorry.
There was more than that.
We've got candles, we've got all sorts of things, loads of things. So it was so nice. I just think that's really lovely, don't you?
Yeah, no, it is
really lovely.
amazing.
And it was so lovely of you who came to the stand, thanked us for doing our Facebook Lives. Don't change it. You like the ethos of it, just having fun in the kitchen. You don't care about our banter because you're quite like sitting back and enjoying it all. And you know what? That's what the Facebook Lives are for. They're meant to be relaxing, informative, light entertainment. Do we really care that we touch our hair? Hey, I'm coming out with these little jigs this week, aren't I? False nails, who cares? We're in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. So what goes on in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. So before I say any more, Laura, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, so just hi to everyone that's watching. We're getting a brilliant audience building up already. We know it takes a few minutes sometimes for people to remember that we're here, but honestly, it's a fantastic live already. And we're streaming both on YouTube and Facebook tonight.
Oh yes, I forgot YouTubers.
So,
hello.
Hello to everyone that's joining us. And lots of people looking forward already to seeing what Natalie's bringing.
Yes.
Obviously, they've seen you at Cake International.
There was loads of people bought these off you. So many people came to the stand and said, Carol, I've been to see Natalie, I've got me stuff.
So yeah, it's going to be a brilliant night. Just a few things as usual. If you can't stay with us for the whole live or you miss anything at all, just when we're finished, you can follow us. Look, see, Carol, I've lost it tonight. I've lost it tonight.
What did you say?
Nothing, I don't know, complete nonsense. Anyway, let's start again. If you can't stay with us for the whole live, you can catch it when we're finished. It will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page, and it also gets transferred over to YouTube as well. You'll see Maria hanging around Natalie's shoulder filming the great footage for the 1 minute videos. So hi to everyone that's joining us this evening. If you are interested in purchasing any of the product Natalie shows you this evening, head over to the website, which is sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. We have the Facebook Live must-haves link on there. It's also pinned onto our Facebook page, and the brand that you need to search for is Immaculate Confections. We have tried to put everything all in one place on the must-haves list just to make it a little bit easier. And as Carol mentioned before, we're in our own kitchen. It's a Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. What happens here stays here, so no need to worry about false nails, hair being down, or anything like that. Very quickly, if we have anyone, as Carol caresses her hair, if we have anyone new watching us this evening, say hello, give us a shout out, let us know where you're from, and any relevant comments to tonight's live, just pop on the comments and we'll try and get round through them. If we miss anything, we will try and catch up later in the week for you. But we do have brilliant community members who normally try and jump in and miss any gaps for us, so that is much appreciated.
I love it when they help out with a link, don't you?
Yes. Good. Saves me a job.
Yeah. If we are a bit muddly, jumbly, or whatever it is, or say things wrong, I will tell you we're extremely tired. I think we pulled up on the drive about 11 o'clock last night, because by the time we packed up, loaded the van, and we stop at the services and grab something to eat, and then you get home, you're exhausted. So I drove all the girls home, then they've got to make their way home. You come here this morning, didn't you? And it's like, you know, the day goes on, and you know, we've all been in work today as well, which has nearly killed us. So I've insisted Laura and Maria take tomorrow off so that we can get some energy back. I'm actually working tomorrow, but I might take Wednesday off. So Karen was off today. They can be off tomorrow. I'll take Wednesday off, because if I don't, I might drop dead on Thursday. So I can't do that. She's back. So anyhow, but we'll see how it goes. So I don't know, is there any comments or anything, Laura, you want to shout out?
Just lots of people congratulating us, which is very, very much appreciated. So yeah, and
we're going to keep doing this.
I know. We have to, of course we have to. And lots of people saying that they've met you over the weekend, Natalie.
Oh, cool. Hello.
So yeah, they're really, really looking forward to seeing what you've got with us tonight.
It was funny because loads of people came to see me and they all kept saying, I've been to see Natalie, I've been to see Natalie. That's all I heard, I've been to see Natalie, which is brilliant. So the show was fantastic. We've had a great time at the show. We always do well anyhow at the shows. In fairness to both the shows that we go to, we always have a sellout, and it's great. And this one was really even more amazing because, you know, at Cake and Bake in London, so many of you came up to say hi, have your picture done, everything else. But this one was the fact that we got the awards, which was fantastic. So a couple of things I need to tell you. Competitions. We had a competition going on that if you had your picture taken on the stand, don't worry about the sticky badge because some of them fell off anyhow. But if you had your picture taken with us, with either me or the girls or on the stand or with your sticker, post it on the Sugar and Crumbs Facebook Live Facebook group, there's an announcement. When you go into the group, there's actually an announcement. Go and find the announcement and stick it in there. Now, I was going to do the prizes tonight, but if I'm honest, I've lost the will to live slightly. So what we'll do is we're going to do it on Thursday. Now, on Thursday, there's going to be 2 lives on Thursday. There'll be one at 11 o'clock. I'll be popping up. I'm just going to show you some new products that have come in, and then I'll do the announcement for that then. And then we've got Natalie back in on Thursday night. So there'll be 2 lives on Thursday. So we had cream cheese at the show, and it went down very well. So lots of you voted. I gave one a star and one without a star. I should have done that a bit different, really, A and B, shouldn't I? I don't know why I starred one and why I didn't. But it was really had mixed reviews. It seemed that the morning people liked the stars and the afternoons liked the non-stars. So we're not quite sure. So it was just a sample batch, and I've got to be honest, I'm going to make another sample batch this week. And then once I've done that, next week I'm actually going to make an announcement of who wants to try a sample batch. So I'm just going to send some packets out to some good bloggers who will try it for me, and I just want them to try it. So maybe about 10-15 bloggers that we can get it out to try. So if you're interested in that, go to our website. Don't message me. You'll see now that on Facebook I've actually put a message on there now, an autoresponder to say go to info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.co.uk, I think it is.
Yeah.
No, .com. But wherever it is, if you put a message on there, it'll give you the email address, or just go to contact on our website. The reason for that is I just can't answer the messages anymore. The messages are coming in from Twitter, Instagram, what else do we do? Facebook, personal Facebook, via our website, and I'm just trying to channel them all into one place so that the girls in the office can help me, because I find that I'm on the internet all night answering questions, and not only that, I get duplicates, so I might get the same person asking me the same question on all the platforms, and I've actually lost myself. So we're trying to channel it all into one place, if that makes sense. Great British Bake Off competition, I'm behind with that. I haven't announced the winner. Week 8 and 9 we did them together, so I'm going to announce a winner for that on Thursday. I'm also going to list weeks 10, the final, okay, and this is what I'm going to do for the final. So I'm going to list that tomorrow, and then you've got a week then, and next Wednesday what we'll do then is we'll shout out the winner for that. Now the prize for that is going to be a jolly decent prize, so I'm going to do 2 prizes, if I'm really honest. I'm going to do a prize for that actual competition, and then I'm actually going to do a prize for everybody who's just entered every competition for the week. Does that make sense? So what I'll do is I'll put all the names in all the pots, so there'll be 2 prizes, because some of you have been so good, you've entered every single week, and some of you have actually been even better. You've actually done some of the harder tasks, which I'm always really amazed about, albeit not many of you do that showstopper. And I wonder why that is. I thought the final showstoppers was good, didn't you?
Yeah, fantastic.
And do you know when I finished off watching the Great British Bake Off?
Go on.
Last night in bed.
Well,
I got in bed, I couldn't sleep. I was tired, I was exhausted, but mine was buzzing.
Yeah.
And I finally watched the final last night, which was crazy, isn't it? So, wonder who that was, mystery arm. Mystery arm through with the charger. So I think we've got all that there. Also, somebody left a pair of goggles on our stand. So here they are, if you recognise them, glasses. So if these are yours, I'm going to take a picture of them and pop them on the group afterwards.
they were left on the nozzle side.
Yeah, on the nozzle side. So if they're yours, let us know. We can post them back out to you. A few things that's happening this month. So I was laughing with Natalie before, because we were talking about what we've got doing for the month, and we're not going to believe it. In a few weeks, we're going to be sat around the Christmas table, aren't we? It's just going to fly by. So just to let you know what's happening this month, well, this week on Thursday, we're going to do a product review, and we've got loads of new products in. That will be alive. Then we've got you back in on the night time at 8 o'clock. Natalie Porter, part 2. How good is that? I'm well impressed. Molly Robbins, she's with us on Saturday. So we're doing 2 demonstrations, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. don't think that if you're in the morning you can come to the afternoon, or if you're in the afternoon you can come to the morning. We've only got so many seats, and please don't sit there all day because you can't. But basically you can come to the demonstration. Molly will be selling all her tutorials there as well. She'll be showing you her legs because they're very nice. She's got a 4-leg and a 2-leg. They're great fun. She's got a great set of legs herself, hasn't she? So she'll be showing you her legs, and you can pre-order those with her as well. And then if you want to do some shopping in the warehouse, you can do some shopping in the warehouse. So that's that one. And then I've got 3 classes over the next 3-4 weeks. I can't really remember. But I do know I have one next week, which is the cupcake bouquet class. There's a couple of spaces available. It's on Wednesday. So if you want to jump on that. It's £149. It's a great class. It's a full day. We cover loads in it. We've also got one on the 27th of November, which is the baking day. And we've got another class on the 11th of December. I have called it a nifty nozzle class, but I'm actually going to include the cupcake bouquet in it because a few people have asked me, can I include that in? So we're going to do a half and half type of thing. And then for future classes for next year, we've got Amy Archibald already booked in. Now, you guys did say you wanted her booked in. I booked her in. She's here for the 1st and 2nd of February. It's on the website. Pay your deposit, get booked on there now if you can do, because lots of you requested for her to be here. Natalie is going to give me her diary dates as soon as she gets back home next week. Do you think you might be home on Friday?
Maybe.
Spoke to Georgie Godbold. She's going to do 2 sessions with us next year, and she's going to do 3 classes. So she'll do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometime in March, and then in September she's going to do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's great. Molly Robbins we're going to book in, and Zoe Fancy Cakes has sent me her calendar as well. So I just need to sit and look at that and book some dates. So we're going to have some... Pardon?
Get everything organised.
Yeah, no, I was giving Richard grief because I sent him an email ages ago. This is Zoe's partner, and I sent him an email about a month ago, and he responded on the day we were travelling down the motorway here. And I said to him at the show, thanks, Richard.
That's probably because he was sitting in a car travelling down the motorway and had the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll look at his calendar this week, book in some dates, and we'll get that on the website as well. And I'm probably going to do the 2 classic favourites, which everybody loves, which is the bride and groom and the characters class, because everybody loves those. So we'll do those, and then I think that is me done. Is there anything else for me to say, girls?
No.
Is there any comments or anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you sure, Laura? No? Yes?
No, yes. Loads of comments. Loads of people watching, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. I'm not sure actually how well tonight is going to go, but anyhow.
I just can't speak.
And we're actually full with guests for this month as well. So we've got you in on Thursday. We've got Hilary Hurst in next Monday. Can't remember who we've got in on the following Thursday. I know we're with Karen Davies.
Yes,
No, we're not. Emily Coyle is
Emily
in on
Coyle,
the 18th.
and then Karen Davies.
Yeah, and then Karen Davies.
Emily Goy, Amy Archibald.
Oh, and Amy Archibald's
Yes.
back as well. Oh, crikey.
Wow,
You know what?
okay.
I'm going to go and have a lie down.
We've
Do
got
you want me to
everyone
finish off
everywhere.
making that cup of tea?
Oh, yes.
And was you having one?
Can I have a coffee?
Oh, you've decided you're having one
I'll
now?
finish the first.
It was a long time you stood there, wasn't it? Yeah. So just in case I didn't tell you, we won! We won 2 awards!
Celebrate good times, come on.
I can't bobble around with these too much. Have you done your boobies?
Yes.
It was so funny, you know these 2 little round things that are popping up now. So Maria had put them on and they were
You need to
huge.
Go
And they
that
were
way a
like
bit.
that.
Go that way a bit. Slowly. No, you've gone too far now. No.
No,
Nelly.
no.
Tie it. Stop. There you go.
I was amazed that they covered them really. But anyhow, there you go. Oh, and while we're on that, God, I know I was going to go, but I just got those hints. I was on the stage on Friday. I can't believe it. I've never done a presentation for a stage thing, and it was fantastic. And I was even chuffed that even the cameraman came out afterwards and thanked me for being a good demonstrator. Isn't that nice that they actually took that trouble to come out? And I was really grateful for you guys for coming to watch me as well. And Maria was filming, and have you seen this clip? So Maria accidentally turned the camera back on herself.
I'm just gonna flash the picture.
And
up.
then
Got it.
Facebook have used it as the thumbnail. Get it up. It's just so so funny. Have you seen it? Yeah. So I showed you before, yeah. It's just so funny. Typical of Maria, that is. Because she's funny. You don't see half the things that go on behind the camera. And Maria's expression about everything, when you say something, she was always that. So she was never more shocked than when she accidentally pressed the camera and it flashed back on her. And then she goes, and oh my God, Carol, Facebook have saved it as a thumbnail. So makes her change her mind, because mine usually has a thumbnail like that.
Yeah.
Something.
Always.
So, and the last thing as well is I'm on her Chunda as well on the 16th of November. I actually don't know I'm going to fit everything in this month. But I'm on a Chunda on the 16th of November at 2 p.m, which you was on, was it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
You enjoyed that,
It was
didn't
brilliant,
you?
yeah. It
Good.
was really good.
And what did you do? Was it an hour and a half? What was it?
It's
20
an hour.
minutes?
Really quick hour. It goes
Yeah.
so fast.
It is quick. So make sure you're there watching that as well. So anyhow, I am going to go now. Anything you want to say, Laura? I'm going to go, is that okay?
No, I've had
No.
comments that I'm not very good tonight. Not in a horrible way.
Oh,
But the spiel is not happening tonight.
It's been the longest week in the world ever. Right. What am I
You
doing?
don't know what you're doing, do you?
No,
You're going to show them all your new
No, I've got a
products.
clue,
What are you
that's
going to
it,
do
okay.
part 1 and part 2?
Right. There we go. So, the bare basics of the new products is I've written another book, and we've got autumn stuff, lots of colours and orchids. So part 1 today we're doing autumn. Part 2 on Thursday we're going to do orchids. So that's how it's going to go. But before we get to that, I'm going to show you, well, I'll show you this. So hopefully you guys will have seen this before. This is my first book. It is all about flowers, and we released it earlier in May this year, which incredibly was 6 months ago now, and I don't really know how that was 6 months ago. But there we are. And yeah, it's all about sugar flowers. Everything that you see on the front, sorry, everything you see on the front is in the book. It goes through it all, and there's lots of, like, it's all, well, it's pretty, and there's lots of step by step pictures showing you all the things, making roses, peonies, filler flowers, like these, leaves, buds and berries, and then at the end there's a couple of we're getting there. Oh, sorry.
It's alright, it's fine.
We
So we
got
don't cut your head off.
that's okay. Right, how do books work? I need to turn the pages. There we are, look. So there's some projects at the back. There is
My
this
favourite.
one, Carol's favourite one, this little 1-tier one.
Would you let us show them? Would you guys like that one as a class? I love this one. This one isn't your best one, is it?
I don't dislike it.
I
It's just not
love
my
it.
So
favourite.
pretty.
I think it's really pretty. Who would like this one as a class? Because
Me.
because I keep Maida and Natalie about this one, but I absolutely love this one as
I
a
reckon
class.
we could do it in a day.
Yes, that would make a nice one day class. Brilliant.
Well, let us know
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
what you guys want to do. But yeah, there's that one. This one's my favourite one. It's a little bit brighter. This one with the blue and the yellow.
With the yellows.
And then the last
strong
project
colours.
in
See,
here
it's the pink one that does it
Yeah.
for me.
is, where is it going? This one.
Oh, I like that one.
Which is a nice 3D,
Yeah.
3-tier design. It's a really classic wedding design that you can adapt to, you know, other colours and stuff. But yeah, that's the first one. In there is a chapter about colour that and I'm grateful for this, that you guys loved, and we had such good feedback on it, that across the summer, being apparently a total glutton for punishment, I went off and wrote another book, which is this one here. So this is book 1.5, because it's just a baby book. And it's all about colour. The whole thing is dedicated to colour. So it goes through, there is lots and lots on colour theory. Loads on colour theory. And then we take each colour in turn, and it shows you how to mix lots and lots of colours. In fact...
Are we not going to do a big cheer for that book? That book is
Oh,
amazing.
really?
Listen,
really
I'll tell you about this book. I'll get a bit more excited because
Okay.
she's tired. This book is amazing. I even love this little feature. You didn't even told them about this little feature. Can you see how it changes colours?
Yes.
And it talked about the colours on each section. It is fantastic. She's not really give it a big praise about it, but it's amazing. Seriously, this girl has got you a set of colours that from those set of colours you can do about 230 to 250 colour blends, and that's what this book is about. Do you want to tell them properly now?
Don't need to.
So we've also got these,
Woo.
which is our brand new colour set. And there's 8 in here. We've got a magenta, orange, yellow, green, cyan, purple, brown and black. Which in here, I show you how to mix, as Carol just said, into over 200 variations. So every single chapter has got a bit like this in it, where it's showing you how to do it, and with a little recipe on how to make the colours and stuff. We're going to do some of that in a little bit, so I'm going to give you a little bit more detail on that when we come to it. And it also comes with, because I think this is super useful, a little pull-out sort of postcardy thing with the colour wheel on the one side and the basics of colour mixing on the other, so that as you go through and you're using the book, and you'll see, let's find a nice looking one. I'll go for a blue one, I like blues. Like here, where I'm talking about colour palettes and using complementary colours and this, that and the other, you can have your colour wheel out with it, so that as I'm waffling on, you can then make reference to this and sort of understand what's going on. I am really excited about this. I'm just also exhausted.
Yes, we know.
I know.
I really am. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? That colour is so important. It is always, it's the first thing that you notice, whether you're buying clothes, buying a sofa, picking wallpaper, buying a car, whatever it is, colour's the first thing that you notice. So getting it right is super, super important.
Yeah.
I've said this so many times before, and I always feel like it's a bit rude, but it doesn't come from a rude place. That you can have a cake that has got the odd lump and bump on it, or you've broken a flower, or you've done something wrong, or for whatever reason it is less than perfect. If the colours look right, people are still going to look at it and go, oh my, that's amazing, wow, have you seen that? Equally, you could spend 8 weeks making every last petal and stamen and this and that and the other. If the colours are naff, nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
So like I said, it sounds rude, but it's not rude.
No,
It comes from a not rude place. So really excited with that. We couldn't be bringing you colours without there also being petal dust, which I am completely obsessed with. They are the most fun thing. So we've got a green set, gorgeous greens, which has got 5 colours in it. There's 3 shades of green, a brown and cream. They have been specially made so that they can be mixed into dozens of other shades. We have got pink and purple one, again chosen so that they can be mixed. And seeing as it is that time of year, we have an autumn set that's got this lovely warm yellow in it, a bright orange, a burgundy and a brown. But again, they can all be mixed into lots more, and these are the ones we're going to focus on today.
Yeah.
Just because it's that time of year and autumn colours are.
And while we went out for
super
tea
lovely.
tonight, we picked up our autumn leaves.
We did.
So I said, it's so lovely now. All the colours are changing, aren't they?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The best thing about doing autumn stuff, especially the leaves and things, is that you can't get it wrong. Attack them with colour. Go wild with your colours, because you literally can't do it wrong. If you go out
No,
and look
because
at
look
the
at
trees,
everything, all off the same tree.
yeah, you
Look.
get such huge variation from bright yellows through to deep browns and everything in between.
And they've actually gone darker while we've been home. We've been home about an hour and a
They've
half,
started
haven't
to
we?
crinkle up.
They were really like a light autumny colour, because I said to Natalie, oh, pick them off.
Yeah, we've got them for later.
Yeah.
So no, and it would be, of course, the autumn leaves. You need cutters for those. So this is, I'm excited. There's lots of things I'm excited. I'm so excited I've passed through excitement to the other side. We've been working with FMM, designing some new products with them. Really excited that these are coming out, and they look
And
so
made in Great Britain.
They are.
What we like.
So we have seasonal leaves, all our lovely autumn shapes and stuff. And we've got orchids. So this is moth orchid, which is the normal ones that you find like in Sainsbury's and IKEA and places like that.
And there's loads of them in my kitchen.
Ah, yeah, and I've got a load at home as well, yeah. I love them. So these we're going to do on Thursday.
On Thursday,
so make
yeah.
sure you come
I'm
back.
very
'cause we're
excited
gonna
about
be
them.
making those. And actually, I'll give you a little sneak peek of
Oh,
here's
yeah.
one I made
Absolutely
earlier.
beautiful.
So he's there. So I'm going to put these to one side
Yeah.
for now.
I'm not going to show you these yet. They're for Thursday, so make sure you come back.
Because we're going to do our leaves. So, shall we get going?
Yeah,
Shall we
absolutely.
crack out the various bits and pieces? And you know what, I've warmed up now. I'm going to
Yeah, I know.
I'm doing a Maria.
Well, I came in with a long sleeve top and a jumper.
I know,
I've
well, I put
taken
extra
top-
heating on
I
there.
didn't take the top
Eh?
Never mind.
You didn't take your clothes
No.
off.
No, never mind. Let's just carry on.
Put that out of the way.
Nothing's going to melt in that bag there, huh?
Banana.
So, this is what we're gonna do. Autumn, all the autumn colours, love it.
I do.
So first thing I'll do is show you how to use the little book and why I've done it. Okay. So if you've ever seen me demo before, you will know that I'm keen on the colour wheel, which is what this is. Traditionally, the colour wheel is based on red, blue and yellow. The problem with that, and I'm sure you can spot it, is that there's no bright pink, like this colour's missing, and there isn't a sky blue. So what I prefer to do is have a wheel that is based on cyan, magenta and yellow. So in other words, bright sky blue, proper pink and yellow, and you can see that you've got such a better range of colours sitting on that wheel than on the other one. So because of that, that's why we've brought you the set of colours that has got magenta, cyan and yellow in it. So that's, I had a plan, that's those ones. You can't mix everything from scratch all of the time, so we've also included an orange, a green and a purple. And then also the brown and black, because as you're going to see this evening, those are really useful colours to mix in with the others because it gives you a whole load more shades. So that's why we've done this set, so that you've got that basic core of cyan, magenta and yellow that we're going to use to mix all the other colours. In my little book, where we've got the pages like this, on this side we've got all the basic colours, and if you can see these little droplets here, what that's telling you is that for this colour, for example, it's 2 part purple to 1 part magenta, and that, if you're adding more white paste or using less colouring, is going to give you those range of colours. And then this one here, for example, is 3 parts magenta to 1 part orange, and so on. And then on this other page, this is where I've put the sort of the weird ones, where it's not just 2 colours, but there's a third one in there. Oh, yeah. Does that make it the right way up?
It does.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
yes, we got our
We're
new
even more
cameras.
advanced.
Oh yeah.
That's
We
the right way up
change
for
every
me as
time
well,
you go,
yeah.
don't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's easy for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where, so this one here, for example, we've got a pink, we've put some brown in it, here we've put grey. So this page is more about having a go and experimenting. Some of these, you get some really lovely colours from very peculiar combinations. So under the purple, for example, this is my favourite one, and these ones here that are those sort of dusky, muted mauves that quite a lot of wallpaper is that colour, and sofas quite often, which you get, for example, is purple and yellow is what makes those colours. So there really is loads in here, and I really hope you guys like it, because like we put a lot of effort into it.
Well, the feedback
love it.
already is amazing.
Oh, cool, good.
So let me just
Excellent.
answer a couple of questions. So the
Go for it.
live for part 2, the orchids, is at 8 p.m. on Thursday. There's 2 lives on Thursday, one for new products and one for Natalie's. Natalie's work. I'll be. Oh crikey! Can I get my words out? 11 a.m. on Thursday. I'll be doing new products, because I've also brought in Evil Cake Genius combs. So I know some of you want those, and some other bits and bobs. And then 8 p.m. will be Natalie part 2. So she's leaving us tomorrow. She's got a couple of things to do up north. She's going to come back down again, drop in with us, and do you the orchids for you. We just felt it would rush it too much if we tried to do everything in one night, okay? Also, I did mean to tell you, everybody who places an order this week by Friday night, John's throwing in a free bag of icing sugar for every order over £20. Okay, and also which is great. So there's a free bag of icing sugar with every order over £20, and that's as a thank you for supporting us for the ward. So he's going to do that. And then Natalie, let me just ask, how long are these are exclusive to you, your cutters, and to Sugar and Crumbs? Because you can't buy them at FMM yet, can you?
No, they're with us and with Carol.
Yeah. So the cutters are exclusive with Sugar and Crumbs and Natalie until
At the end of the month.
End of the month. And if they go really well, we'll try for a bit longer. So if you want them, you have to come to the Sugar and Crumbs website, which is great. So what else was I going to say? I don't know. Go on then. Where was we up to? Can you remember?
No.
No, neither can I.
Guys, you're going to have to just be kind to us.
Yes.
We are broken after the show. So yeah, that's your basics colours. So we're going to be doing all the yellows and oranges and stuff to start with. So we had this with us at the weekend, and so much gratitude to those of you that have already bought one. It's fantastic and incredible, and thank you very, very much. And I just wanted to explain a couple of little things. So what should we do first? Should I do the berries or the leaves? What do you reckon?
I don't know. You've got to do both, haven't you?
Oh, we're doing both. Do you know what? Let's
I'd do
start
berries.
off with the leaves.
Oh.
That was so difficult.
We're going to make a few leaves. Now with these...
They're asking, they love your books, book 1 and 1.5, and they're waiting for...
Yes.
And they're waiting for book 2, 3, 4. Somebody's wrote, I think it's Sarah's wrote it, 3, 4, 5, up to 100. And Sarah wants to know, when is book 2 out? No pressure, Natalie.
Yeah. I thought you were going to ask. I don't know. I'm not even going to gratify with an
Have you started thinking about book 2 yet?
I know what book 2 is and I know what book 3 is. This was a surprise. This was a surprise, baby.
Yeah.
Nobody was expecting this. Which is why it's 1.5.
Yes.
Or it would have messed up the system.
Fair enough.
Right. So yes, when we were with you guys at the weekend, some of you were asking about how you use this, and I'm just gonna say, so you know how, like, I'm always like, oh, with the Rose and the Peony bundle, download the tutorial. Well, I have written a tutorial for the book, basically. At the front, there is this page that explains how to use it and what all this extra gubbins means on those mixing pages. So just remember that's there, guys. And as it happens, like, we sampled it with the orange, which is weird. So for the autumn leaves, they all start off life really boring. Look, just pale yellow, pale oranges.
Sorry.
And then it's the dust that does it. So we're going to mix up our pale colour to start with.
Just to let you know, Iris has just asked, everything is actually in stock. Natalie has brought all the stock with her today. It's on the website, it's available. So all you've got to do is go to our website. You can go search by brands, Immaculate Confections, or you can go to the Facebook Lives must-haves. But everything is in stock. Natalie brought them all, and they're all exclusive to Sugar and Crumbs and Natalie. So,
for sure. So we're going to mix ourselves a pale orangey colour. So let's say, for example, we wanted to make this one here, which is B3, because these are all on a grid. We can look at that and we can see it's 4 parts, or actually no, I'm not going to do that because I've got yellow and orange. We're going to do this one, this one. Here, so that one's really easy. It's half orange and half yellow, so it's 1 to 1. And what I would literally do, to start with anyhow, is that I've mixed up some orange, I've mixed up some yellow. If you take a ball of the orange and a ball of the yellow that are the same size and mix those together, you're going to get those colours. And then if you want to make it paler, you add more white in.
oh, and just to let you know, Karen is fine. She was actually fine by the end of the day. Karen got stung by a wasp at the show, a random wasp.
Goodness
On
me.
the neck.
Yeah, while I was on the stage.
Dramatic.
And she was ever so brave and hung on to it while I carried on with my demo. She said she couldn't pass out while I was doing my demo. God bless her. We have had a laugh with her, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
But anyhow, thank you for Tina. Tina ran off to get some help. But yeah, Karen had a wasp sting on at the stage, but she's fine. She's absolutely fine. She'll be glad that you asked, though.
So what I'm going to do is take my half and half mixture and just put a little bit in with the white, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away, as I'm so very fond of saying. So we have that, and say you want, you want this colour, but you want it a little bit darker. We'll take a little bit more of our mixture and add it in. And that is how you can go about getting those sort of recipes in the book and getting all your shades made. That was, to be fair, a slightly boring one to have chosen. But say we wanted to do this next one here, where it's 2 to 1, I would do exactly the same thing. I would make a little ball of my yellow.
So some people are asking which flour paste you use, Natalie.
It's Squire's flour paste.
Yeah, and I've just actually changed the name on the website because I've always called it Squire's flour paste, and then because we're trying to sort all our website out so everything's got the correct thing, it's actually called Squire's florist paste.
Is it?
Yeah, I know. All these years I've been calling it flour paste, and if you look on the packet,
So it is.
because
There
when
you
I
go.
put them all on the website, I've always called it flour paste. So if you're looking now, can you look for Squire's Kitchen's florist paste? Well, the thing is, it helps with the lads picking in the warehouse.
Yeah, of course it does.
So when they're running around, they don't seem to connect florist paste might be flour. They're boys, aren't they? So
Not interested in baking or
No.
cakes
No,
or
no.
sugar
so
powders.
Maria and I are actually going through all the products now, and because when we order from all the different stores, that's what it says.
Yeah.
But now we're going to go through the products and I've actually look at the packaging and write what it says on there. I know.
So to do our 2 parts, what we're doing? 2 parts yellow to 1 part orange. I've literally got 2 balls the same size of yellow, and then another one of orange, so that I've got my 2 to 1 ratio. We'll mix those up, and that's going to make us that colour. So this little book, it is about getting the colours right, but it's also teaching you about how to mix colours, and that you can add them together and swap them around, and put a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, and so on. And you can see that we've got a much brighter one there. And then I'm going to do, where have we got it? We want a sort of greeny colour. So I see this one here is a really nice shade of, it's a really natural looking green. And here down this bit it's saying about doing greens and oranges together. And I'm just going to show you what will happen. So again, I've got a ball of green, and I'm just going to take a little bit because this second page on there, it doesn't give you the quantities. That's more of a have a go and experiment and see what happens kind of page. So if I mix that in there, do you see how it changes the orange and how it mutes it, and you end up with that sort of dirty colour rather than it being quite as bright as it was? And we can even pop in a little bit more green. And I reckon that there is a nice colour for some of our autumn leaves. But that's the bare basics of how it works. Look through it. Remember, you've got that how to use this book page. You can always send me a message if you've got any questions. But the main thing is to experiment and have a play with it. Try different things out and see what you can do and what you can make with it. So these are our 4 shapes for our seasonal leaves. I really like them. I like that they're sort of spiky and different and whatnot. So I'm gonna roll my flour paste out. If you find that you're sticking, you can use just a little bit of corn flour. So I've got some here, just like that. Ooh. And then pop your cutter on, press firmly, and as always, give it a wiggle. Take away the outside, and then got our leaf shape there. And in fact, look, I'm going to throw all caution to the wind and just mix these 2 together. This is why autumn's so great. Literally can't do it wrong.
Yeah.
There's endless variations out there on the trees, so we can have that here as well. So I will get that rolled out. So, a little bit more corn flour because we're sticking. It has got really warm in here, or is that me?
No, it's very warm.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel warm.
Even
And
Maria
without
was
the
warm.
jumper.
Maria has taken her jumper off.
And yet
If
I
you
don't
can
feel
believe it,
warm.
Maria has no jumper
Yeah.
on.
Okay, and I'm going to cut one of these ones as well. So again, press firmly, give it a wiggle and remove the excess. So if you've got veiners, there's various ways we can do that. I've got the set of FMM veiners here. And for the oak leaf, you can use this one if you wish. I'm just going to press it on. And can you see that it's just sort of put the veins on there?
I'm just going to zoom in
Slightly. Yes,
There we
I can
go.
just about catch.
Perfect.
And then for this one, what I like to do is I just use the rose leaf veiner. And I'm going to press it once there.
Oh,
And
that's a
again
clever
here.
idea.
Mm.
Oh, and it works nicely. You can
Of
see
course.
from the ones that are made. And once there, so that's going to give us the veins for that one. We'll pop them there. And then I'm just using a ball tool, just quickly, fairly roughly around the edges. And it's just thinning them out and giving it a little bit of shape, so that you've not got those sort of blunt ends on it. And then what we'll do is pop them onto some drying foam. I'm just going to go grab. Here. Coming back. Ta-da! So here are some that I made earlier, ready for dusting. Hang on, let's get rid of those. But yeah, you can just pop them on your drying foam like that. And do you see how the bubbles give it a little bit of shape? And sometimes with the bigger ones, I find that I don't want them moving in the middle. You just want the edges, so you can just stick them on a plate in a dish.
Yeah.
Sort of, you know.
Saucer or something, couldn't you?
Yeah, anywhere really. So that you get the nice shape to them. These are the ones I've just done. So I'm going to pop those to one side. In terms of making them, that's pretty much it, to be honest. These leaves are all about the colouring, which we will come to. If you want to pop a wire in them, you can do that. One of the tricks that I quite like, and this is in my book, is to roll the paste out a little bit thicker at one side than the other. So I've got the pressure going on as I'm going away from me. And then that gives me somewhere, let's do this little one, I like this little one. Just there. And I've just got a 28 gauge wire and a pokey tool to get that out there. There we are. And yeah, having rolled him thicker at one side, I've got somewhere that I can put a wire. So I've just got a 28 gauge wire. Wet the end, or you can use a little bit of glue, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to pop that in the leaf there. And pinch the base shut so that we have him on a wire. Yeah, there we go. I've made it through phase 1 of the live. If anybody has any questions, holler away, and I'm sure the lovely Laura will read them out.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a couple of people asking about prices of the different products. I have tried to flash them up on the screen as we go along, but just in case anyone's missed anything, we have got the pink ball tool set of 4 at $7.95, which is exactly perfect timing because Natalie's using it straight away. Ta-da! The colour dust set that Natalie's used is the autumn dust set. So that's their $12.95, and that's the set of 4 colours, and this is just the autumn dust sets. So Natalie was explaining before, we've got 3 different sets of dust. So we've got the pinks and purples. It's like we're proper on track tonight. You pulled the pinks and purples as I said it.
Yeah.
The pinks and the purples. Let me change camera view.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, don't worry. The awesome colours and the gorgeous greens. So they're sold in 3 packets. They don't come together as a bundle. They're sold as individual sets. For they're $12.95 a set. The seasonal leaves cutters are £9.50. So they are 3 or 4 cutters. There's a baby one in there. There are 4 cutters in the set, and that's $9.50. The moth orchid is what we're covering on Thursday, so we're not really going to speak about that tonight just because it's a little bit confusing, but we'll cover everything on Thursday for you all.
We want to try and concentrate on colour, the colour and a cutter. So we want to use the autumn colours, and Natalie's going to use some of the green tonight, and then we'll do pinks and the moth orchid on Thursday, which is great. She might, if we have time, sneak in a sneaky rose.
Oh, we'll see.
So if we can sneak that in, would be great.
Yeah.
I've got no bundle deals on. I know a few of you asked if I could do some bundle deals. Let me just explain about that. Natalie is only a very small company. She's a one-man band. She'll tell you that herself. She's employed a husband this year, so that's a step up, isn't it? How's that going then, Natalie?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So you seem to be getting on really well,
Yeah,
don't you?
we do.
So you know she's very new, and obviously you know for her to get massive discount, she's got to be selling massives of stuff. So when you've got to pass that down to a retailer as well, there's not really much you can confirm
more
it,
than
can't
that, it's all quality stuff.
you? Yeah.
So
without
you know,
being rude,
yeah.
both Natalie is sharing her margin with us, and it's really very tight, and there just really isn't much in it for a discount.
Sorry, I just want to clarify, I made a mistake before. The pinks and purples dust set is $12.95, along with the autumn dust set. The green petals is actually 5 colours in there.
Yeah.
So the greens are $15.95.
It got me that one before. Yeah,
See,
no, when I was putting them on the
Christmas
website,
tired.
I put all of them as sets of 4, and then I realised, oh, there's a 5
Set of
in there.
5, sneaky extra one.
So, and that's the thing, you know, you've got to support these smaller companies, and we do support them, and but you know, the margins are really very, very tight. The cutters,
But
Natalie.
you know, also, they're not bad prices. They're
No.
comparable to
They're
all
actually
the
good
other
price.
colours that are
The
out
thing,
there.
the thing is, you
100%.
are selling them bundles of 4 and 5, the colours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't
So
get that.
we're not selling any of these just individually. They are discounted as a little bundle. So, yeah. So, what's that?
And it's 10 milliliters, which is
Yeah, so there's 10 mils in there as well, which is great. So, yeah, so Natalie isn't, you know, she's selling them as a bundle like that, but we can't put the whole thing together as a
Sets,
bundle,
Yeah.
as much as we love. But we are giving you a free bag of icing sugar right up until Friday. What date is it on Friday? I can't remember.
I've got no
The
idea.
8th. Only because I know Molly's in on the 9th.
There you go.
So everyone who places an order this week, orders over £20, will get a free icing sugar, which is great. So basically that covers the cost of your postage. And if you spend over £40, you get free postage and a free icing sugar. So you're definitely on a win-win.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right, so I was going to make...
There is a bigger set. It's your pace. So there's a set there, a pace, which is an 8 set. So that's a bigger set altogether. But that's a different product. Natalie's using dust, and these are paste. You can turn them the other way to face you on our new camera system.
You're not used to us, are you?
So this is a bundle set as well, and this is a great set as well, and that's really economical. So these are the best sort of bundles she can do, because she's trying to keep everything tight on margin as well. And you know, we had this conversation before. You know, it's difficult going to a retailer because everybody wants to try and make a bit of money, and this is why we work with small independents to help get them on their way. And they're
I've
helping
also
us.
had a functioning business for 8 years that I've been
Yes.
running on my own. That was doing so well that my husband was able to quit his
Yeah,
job and start
exactly,
using
yeah.
it to come and work with
Yeah,
me. So,
exactly.
They're there. Remember, guys, they're also available on my website,
Yeah.
which is immaculateconfections.co.uk.
Yeah.
And we're going to do some autumn berries now. So what I've done is we've got our blob of orange and our blob of yellow that we started with before. And we're going to do a nice little spray of ombre berries there. So the ones at the top we're going to do with some pale yellow, and I've got a few that I made earlier here. Hang on just a minute.
I only found out what those berries were called.
What do you mean?
Those berries, what are they called?
What do you mean?
Don't
They're
they
just
have
berries.
a fancy name?
There's one that's got a little bit through the top of it, and now I cannot for the life of me remember the name.
You get the ones they use in forestry called hypericum
That's
berries
it.
Ah, yeah.
that come in
Yeah.
all sorts of different colours. But
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
if you guys
beautiful.
can see that, we've got that range
Yeah.
there. So the first thing we'll do, actually I'm going to make this just a little bit yellower in there because I think I've lost track of what colours it is. I've
And
been
Debbie's
playing
there, Debbie Hargreaves. I love Debbie. She's so good. Never apologise for supplying quality products at reasonable prices.
100%.
And that's what I was trying to say. You know, it's hard, isn't it? You're a small
Yeah,
business.
no.
You've been surviving all this time, haven't you? And it's hard to you've got to buy thousands of stuff to get a discount, haven't you?
So what I'm going to do is start off, we want our pale yellow first. So I'm going to take a lump of white, and then I'm just going to mix a little bit of yellow in it. Because remember that you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Because we want our palest colour at the top. And someone asked, so I demoed this at CI at the weekend, and somebody asked, is there a reason that I do it darker at the bottom and paler at the top? No special reason, it's just the way I like
Just
it.
really
It looks
like
beautiful.
innit?
Yeah.
And there's no rules.
So
They can
if
do
you-
it any way they want, can't
Yeah,
they?
but it does look beautiful, the ombre effect.
Absolutely.
I think it looks gorgeous. So Caroline Bailey is just asking, can she use your paints to mix in with sugar paste?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sugar paste is well, we can do a quick little wrap around of that if you like. So you've got 3 kinds of sugar paste. What we call sugar paste or fondant roll-out icing is the softest one that you'd roll out to cover a cake with. In the middle, next firmest is modelling paste. That's for making models, and generally what you'd want that to do is that you'd be able to do an arm, make the fingers and everything, and then bend the arm without it cracking at the elbow. So that's what that's for and how it works. And then you've got flower paste, which is what we're using today, which, as the name suggests, is for making flowers. They're the same thing. They're all sugar pastes
Yeah, in forms.
with a plural in different forms with different components that make them suitable for doing different things. So absolutely.
I just need to comment on this. Lots of people giving lots of support that we should never apologise for supporting small businesses, but more of us should do it. And well done to you, Natalie. And they're saying that the prices are actually very reasonable.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah, good. Good. That's what we want.
know.
Well done, team. Well done. Well done. There you go. Right, well, stop bloody asking then.
I know. Shut up now. Let me get on with the demo. Let Natalie finish.
The other thing I was going to say, so you can use them to colour buttercream.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you can. The only thing is, and this is true for any liquid, gel, paste colour, anything like that, remember that your buttercream starts off a bit yellowish. So, and this is obviously something that you guys know more
Yes.
about
Yeah.
doing what you do. That every colour you mix, anything that you're doing like that, remember that it's going to have that yellow hint to
Yes.
it because of the butter.
Yeah.
So that's just the one thing to bear in mind there. Where had we got to? So I did my pale yellow. I did yellow plus a bit of white to do a pale yellow. So I'm going to do one berry of each colour here, and then I'm going to add a little bit more yellow to that to make ourselves a slightly brighter colour.
Oh, Sue Foster, we don't have that problem now on the shop on this new website. So she was just saying, how long will a shopping basket stay before it empties itself? No, this it doesn't empty itself anymore, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
how
you
long
can't
does
keep
she
the
have
goods
then?
in there forever.
Oh yeah, I think the best thing to do is there is actually the reason we started calling the the Facebook Live wish list. We changed its name to must-haves because on this new website now you can actually wish list stuff, which you put a little love heart, don't you? You put a little love heart next to it, and then you can go back. That will put it into a separate wish list.
Yes.
And then you can go there and add it to your shopping basket afterwards. And that's why we have to call it FB must-haves, because there is a little proper wish list now on the website. Yeah.
There's not enough words
So-
and terminologies for all the things.
I know.
Yeah, so we have to change it all, because we still keep saying Facebook wish list, don't we? We forget.
remember.
We have to remember. Yeah, it's quite a handy tool, because it's also handy, like if you see things, you just keep pressing that little love thing to
Yeah,
it.
and you can save them for later.
Put all in, and then afterwards you can have a think about what you want this week and what you want next week.
Sure. So I've added a little bit more yellow again, and I'm just mixing in a tiny bit of orange, as you can see. And again, always go for a little bit, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Which we've got here. So you can see our little chain of colours building up there. And then we've got a paler orange. So I'm going to pop a little bit more of our pale yellow in there alongside a bit more orange. And it's just building out, I mean, what we're doing here is we've kind of got two lots of contrast going on and two lots of colours. We've got the fade from yellow through to that deeper orange, as well as it going from light to dark. So you kind of got two zones of fancy colour at play.
I must say the board, as is, looks beautiful, you know, with all the little
do you know
berries
what?
dotted
I
around.
should take a couple of pictures.
Yeah,
actually.
it looks
It's very
gorgeous.
Instagrammy,
And with the
isn't it?
with the leaves on the side and everything like that, it looks so pretty.
The dusts are dated to 2026. So you've got plenty of time. 6 years, don't worry.
Yeah.
They're also, so they're best befores as well.
Yeah, the best befores, I know. We always have this conversation about best befores. You got something about best before, don't worry about it. It's fine. But anyhow, they've got best before dates of 2026. And to be fair, we want them used up by 2020, June, so you can buy another set.
And then our last one I've got there is I've put more orange in, so you can see we've got that nice growing from there to there. And the thing is that you can do this with any range of colours. You could do it from blue to purple, or from a deep pink to a pale pink, or in greens, or whatever you fancy, really.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pop these into my little baggie. The paste colours, they've got a date on them of 2026 as well.
Let me just ask, so Pelvis just asked, these are suitable for vegans, aren't they? The paste.
Yeah, vegans and vegetarians,
Yeah. So Pelvi, you can have these pastes. They're suitable for vegans and vegetarians. And they're also nut and gluten free as well.
So I'm just going to pop these on wires. How I tend to do this,
I love the packaging, me.
thanks, is
No, I do.
heat the wire up in a candle, pop it through the berry like that.
What was
and
you
if get
gooning
that
at there,
on the-
The
Marie?
candle, I've not seen that being.
We've not seen that before.
Near here.
I see it after every class, dripped all over my worktop.
Oh, that only happened once, and I stayed and cleaned it up so that you didn't have to.
I know, but I like to rub it in.
Yeah.
Poor Natalie.
She didn't do it.
Oh, right.
Students did.
I know, I can believe that.
You can see, so it's nice and hot, and that little puff of smoke you get there means that you're doing it right.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. 'Cause it means it's melting the sugar, so it's going to stay on the stick straight away.
Ah, right.
So that is our simple little berries.
That's a clever way of doing
Got it there.
It looks nice, that green on there, doesn't it, actually?
it. Green candle coordinates.
Yeah.
It does. And do you know what? I'm just going to.
I think I did that deliberately.
I'm going to take a photo. Because
It looks gorgeous.
It does look
altogether.
nice, that.
Really pretty. Very, very pretty. There we go. Actually, talking of photos, I know that loads of people have sent us Facebook messages and comments and Instagram messages and stuff over the weekend. We have not stopped and sat down,
Yeah.
so do bear with me. I will get back to each and every one of you. We love you all and we're very grateful.
Yeah.
It
I'm
just
sure
takes-
people understand though, Natalie.
But do you know what?
It just takes a little while.
Do you know what, Natalie? I'm actually glad you've said that. I will tell you, I have not answered any Facebook messages since Wednesday or info messages. Have you answered a few today, haven't you? Yeah. So I know I've got loads of Facebook messages on Messenger, but I've got to be honest, I've just not had the energy, but I will get through them all this week. It's hard though, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with the autumn set, and I was going to show you this. So this is what was sitting in the front of the packet. When you open it up, it is a mixing guide, and there is a little guide there to dusting up your autumn leaves. Again, we've done these colours because you can mix them into so many more colours, so they're really versatile. So as alongside those colours, you're also getting that guide there. And the other thing with us, so I make cakes. I've made cakes for close to a decade as my
Have
living.
you?
And therefore, dare I say it myself, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
100%.
I think all 300 and odd people watching you know what you're doing, Natalie.
So
It's incredible.
It's about making it easy for you guys and giving, you know, that helping hand and the inspiration and stuff, and like having the mixing guide, because you can mix these the same as you can mix the rest of your colours.
Yeah.
You know, and just having a play with it. So what should we do first, guys? Should we do the leaves or the berries? I don't mind.
I don't mind. either.
Leaves.
Do the leaves.
Don't they look good, all those colours
I
there
know,
like
it's
that?
gorgeous.
They look beautiful, don't they?
Oh, excuse me. That was
So-
two little hiccups there.
Just before Natalie moves on very quickly, because the brushes have now come into view.
Yeah.
And I know people will be going, oh my God, the brushes. Yes, we stock them as well. So yeah, Natalie will explain about the colours of the brushes and how she treats them and cleans them and everything like that, because we always get asked those same questions too. So
So yeah, these are my brushes. They're great, and they come as a set of 4. Actually, it's those 4 sizes. They're white when they're new. These have been used and well loved, as you can see.
Yeah.
Cleaning them, I tend not to wet them. I clean them in corn flour. If you swish your brush around in a pot of corn flour, the corn flour will lift the colour off. And that's better than washing them, because washing will set the colour and you can damage the bristles and various different other things. So that's how I did that.
Sorry, can you pass me your squire's paste, please? Pelvy didn't mean the fondant after that. Even though she said paste, she actually meant this stuff. The squire stuff. Has it got egg in it?
I don't
So
think
go on,
it
you
does.
carry on.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, for what it's worth. Yes, and they're nice and soft, so they're great for doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah, they start off white, which means you can see what colour you're using. I tend to keep different brushes for different families of colours, so like you can see here. Pink ones, green ones, blue and purple ones. The one that has to be completely sacred is the yellow, because if you were to try and use yellow on any one of these, the brush, the colour that's on it would taint the yellow. So that one I try and keep sacred.
No, that's what she's asking. It has got egg in it.
Does it?
Yeah, gluten-free, free-range egg, albumin. So it's suitable for vegetarians, the paste. But you're not eating it anyhow.
No.
However, you're not eating it. What does it matter? The florist paste don't matter, does it? You don't eat them, do you?
So for this first one,
Natalie.
I'm going to start off. What?
You don't
Sorry.
eat them, do you? So it don't matter.
No.
You're not
the
eating them.
flowers,
You
you're
wouldn't want
gonna
to eat
take
them, would
off
you?
and keep them. And apart from that, you've got all those wires and
Wires,
stuff in there.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
They're not for eating. This one here, I'm going to start off this nice big brush and just some of that bright yellow all over. And do you see how it's just brightening the colour up? But it's brightening it in a more pleasant and subtle way than if we had made a bright yellow leaf. And this is where with the colours you can kind of play with all the different effects and stuff. So we've started off with that. And then I'm going to take some of our orange.
Which gauge wire was it again?
A 28 or a 26 you'd want for leaves this sort of size. So not too big and not too small. In the berries it was a 28. But again, if you got 26 by that.
So Jane, either a 26 or 28 gauge.
So you can see I'm just building the colour up on the edge there. So it's lots of little brush strokes going from the outside towards the centre.
How long have you got to sign all the books, Natalie? They all want book signings.
God, poor Natalie. Like she's not busy enough.
Chris, can you get them out of the car, love? We'll do our best tomorrow.
No, let's not promise anything.
I'll tell you what I'll do. When I take Natalie for breakfast tomorrow, we'll take them to the cafe with us and sit there signing them.
Right, so you'll have a signature and a baked bean.
Yeah. That'd be great. And coffee drips.
So do you see how I've brightened up the edge there? And then I'm going to take a little bit of our burgundy and I've just swapped to a slightly smaller brush so that I can be a bit more focused on it.
I love watching you painting.
This
everything.
is literally like magic. It's amazing. No, it's amazing.
Yes.
Because you can never imagine that how it starts to how it finishes. It's incredible.
Well, that's the nice thing. You turn them over.
See the before and
Yeah,
after.
yeah. Oh God! Look,
Oh, Palvi can't have it whether you eat it or not due to religion.
I'm sure there's another product out there, Palvi,
But
but
I don't know what.
you know, for this evening, we're using Squires, I'm afraid. We will have a look for you.
I know, we'll have to have a nosy around, won't we?
and then we can take a little bit of brown and make some of them darker.
And those people who want classes with Natalie down south, you do classes with, is it Cakes of Class, what are they called?
So I teach in all sorts of places actually, all over the country.
But if you were down south...
I'm going to get there.
Oh.
If you have a look at my website, they will all be listed there.
Yeah.
There aren't any new ones up there because, to be honest, we've been so busy getting all of this ready, getting ready for Cake International, that I haven't sorted my schedule for next year. I do also have a studio at home that Chris and I are finally finishing off. And I teach one-to-one lessons and small group classes. So if that's something you'd like to do, get in touch. Whether it's you on your own or there's you and a couple of friends, let us know. And the advantage with that, of course, is that we can sort of have a nice chat on the phone about what you want to learn and put together a program that focuses on what you're after. So there's lots of different options.
I love that picture there, you know, Natalie. Should take that
Might
picture.
take a photo.
No, do you know why? Because I think that looks nice because you're working, aren't you? And I like it actually on the tissue
And I've got
there.
my yellow dust in everything.
I noticed. Well, good. Well, no one needs to worry now, do they? Because they'll all do the same.
Do you want us for or something?
Nah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that's a really sort of orangey, yellowy one
that's
there.
gorgeous.
I'm laughing as long as the coffee colour comes with instructions.
I'll dust us up this one here, and I think it's on a pale orange base, so I might make this one a little bit more orangey. And look, you can see I've got a couple of patches of yellow there. These really are the most fun things to dust because there are no rules. You can't get it wrong. And I know I keep saying that, but you really can't.
I think people do worry too much though, a little bit, don't they? Like, oh, it's not quite right, it's not quite right. But it's not. It's like you said before. There's so many shades and tones of real leaves anyway.
Absolutely.
It's as it's intended. It's nature. It's not perfect.
No, nature's never perfect. Right, I've got my slightly smaller brush because I want to go in with some brown now. And again, it's just around the edges. Get it darkened up. Maybe add in a little bit of the burgundy, like so. And actually, I'm going to have a little bit more orange here.
That's gorgeous.
And they tend to, sometimes you get those leaves that are kind of almost half and half. Only half of them's gone for some reason. So seriously, you can just have a play and go with it. And I think a little bit more of the pinky burgundy colour there.
So there's been a few people popped up that Renshaw Market, theirs is vegan friendly.
There we go.
And Saraceno, we stocked both of those. Saraceno doesn't contain eggs. Bev King's just put all the ingredients up there.
Hiya,
My
Bev.
voice is gone.
I hope you're well. Right.
That's gorgeous,
So
that.
yeah, I might leave
Love
him as
the
a bit of a
etching. Yeah.
slightly more random one there. And then I've got here, this one with that sort of pale greeny base.
And they're asking, do you steam them after?
So no, I tend not to steam my stuff. A couple of reasons really. That I like the softer look that you get for not steaming it, and I find that sometimes when you steam it, of course the water dissolves the powders,
Yeah.
so you can lose some of the definition between your colours, because for me it is all about having those fancy colour gradients and fancy pants sort of transitions from one to the other. So here we've just got orange and brown. And do you see how different it looks on that sort of green base?
Against the green, yeah.
And I'll take a bit more there.
I love how you use the tissue as your palette for
Yeah,
mingling
you
stuff
just
in.
mix it up, man. It's like have a personal art attack. Right, and then I'm going to add some green in as well. So I think my favourite one in here is this one that we've called Leaf Green. And it's a really nice, sharp, sort of khaki type colour. And I'm just going to pop some of that on as well, because of course the leaves, like they turn slowly, they don't just go completely orange one day. So I've got some of that, and I'm going to pop a little bit more brown on along with our green.
Sue Burgess. I'm having to watch with no sound, but she'll be watching again tomorrow when hubby's not around so she can place her order. And Karen's just joined us. Hi, Karen.
Oh, hi, Karen.
Oh. Everyone's been asking about your sting.
There you go, so that's one that's sort of half
that's
turned with that
lovely.
green hint. And I'm just going to do one more. I'll do this one here because then we'll have done one of each of the shapes. So I'm going to start off with the orange base.
What are you all thinking of all these couple of colours? I know so many of you saw them at the show, but lots of you couldn't get to the show. What are you thinking then?
And we've got some of our burgundy there. We'll do a little bit of brown on the edges, darken it up, and then let me finish this. My mouth's getting ahead of my hands. One thing at a time.
Everybody's loving them. All the love hearts and thumbs up are coming now.
Aw, cheers guys, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. It is nice though, isn't it? It's nice to get all those thumbs out and love hearts. They're all coming up now.
So we've got some brighter orange in the middle.
That's a good question. Elaine Hollywell said, would you do the back of them as well as the front?
It depends really. If they're going on a design on a cake where I can see the back, then I would.
Yeah.
If they're going on a cake where I can't, then I tend not to bother because
Pointless.
it's a waste of time,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah.
So this is the violet pink out of the pink set.
They're loving it.
And this, I'm going to get this over and done with because again, somebody always asks.
Yeah.
So there's 4 in the pink set. This pale soft pink here, this one's edible, these ones aren't. It's because of a particular red food dye whose classification was changed in 1996. It is non-toxic, it is not poison, it is not going to hurt you. Though you're supposed to use it only on decorations that are going to be removed from the cake, which of course all of these are. If you at the start munching on this, with all those wires in there, a little bit of bright pink powder colour is going to be the absolute least of your worries.
And the fact that flour paste, when it's dried, is not
Aye,
pleasant.
it's not. It's crunchy out.
So it's
I never know
not
why people would want to
pleasant.
eat it anyhow.
I think it's
I
curiosity
don't even
more
think
than
it tastes
anything.
nice.
No.
No, do you know what? It doesn't.
No.
So I've just got
Plus,
this.
after all that hard work, you wouldn't want to eat them, would you?
No.
And save them forever.
So this is the violet pink, and that I'm just going to add some of that on here because if you think like some of the leaves, I think it's especially what they call Japanese maples that are quite often in pots. I tend to
right.
see them that go with this colour. It is the brightest, most glorious pinky orange in the world ever at this time of year. I'm pretty sure they're Japanese maple. I'm pretty. There'll be somebody out there that
Trust you.
can,
I'm going to have a Google now.
that can correct me if I'm wrong.
What is it? Japanese what?
Maple.
There you go.
That's
So that,
gorgeous.
just building up all those colours. Like these really are the most fun things to dust.
But
And
I would be so... I understand where our viewers come from because I would actually be really scared of putting something so bold on there, but because the way you've blended it,
blending it.
that's what's made the difference.
Which it's decent brushes and those
Yes.
flicking brush strokes. Cause
Do they
doing
have
it
those
like that-
trees in the garden, in the English gardens here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
yeah.
'Cause I've got one. I've got them in the front garden and the back garden. They're really beautiful red,
yeah,
aren't they?
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
vibrant.
Because I recognise them out there. Yeah,
So
yeah.
in fact, look, I'll just show if I lay them out so that you guys can see. Do you know what I might do?
Tell you, it's amazing when you go looking at leaves how much colours are in them, isn't it? Sorry, I'm on Google. I'll get back to where I should be.
I'll show you the 4 of them. So you can see it's all variations
Fabulous.
on a theme. But
Wow.
are we in shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just attack them, and just to make the point that
The before and after.
they are.
But look at
So
the
they
difference
are. They
though.
start off so pale.
Wow.
Stunning, aren't
So
they?
yeah, that's our leaves there.
It's like a girl with and without makeup.
It's true, that Maria. It is, isn't it? Clever.
Now I'm gonna just get some of that colour off my brush. Oh, for these little berries, I've just got the palest ones here. And for these, I'm just going to take some of the yellow.
Yeah, that's it. An Acer Japonica, I think it says.
That's it, Japanese, yeah, aces.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got several of them in the garden. In fact, funny enough, I was only looking at one of them today, thinking how lovely and vibrant red it was.
Right. So there's some yellow on there, and with the berries, I like to do it sort of from the underneath, a little bit up the side.
Sort of flick
yeah, just so that you're shading it as opposed to changing the colour
colouring.
of it.
Yeah.
They do look fantastic though, don't they? I love the ones that you've already pre-made already, aren't they?
They are.
They look great.
Gorgeous when they're together like
Again,
that.
I do. I love making berries. And again here, we've just got yellow and a little bit of orange on there. Because remember, we're doing our colours going from
Yeah.
the yellow through to the orange. We'll take the orangier ones. And of course these, you can do them one at a time or two at a time. Okay. Take a little bit more time over it than
You're a pro, Natalie, so you know.
have at it.
You've done it a few thousand times already.
A little bit more orange. And here, maybe on one or two of them, we can start introducing just a little bit of that burgundy. Like so. And then these ones, because we're getting right into our proper oranges, so I'm not going to add any yellow here, I'm just going to do the orange. And it's just a little bit here and there. And again, just a tiny little bit of burgundy just to warm them up. And again, finally, the darkest orange ones. Which we have here, and again, I'm just going to pop some burgundy on.
So a question for you. When putting the berries together, do you use white florist tape and then dust... Do you use white florist tape, then dust the tape?
Yeah, that's it. If you hold fire just a minute, you'll see.
Hold on, Amy. We're going to get there.
And it's also, I'm just going to show you guys as well that I'm filthy. So in my little book, in each colour, there's sort of a mini project at the end, and it's not showing you how to make things and all the rest of it, because that's not what this is about. It's about colour. And for the yellow one, it's doing a similar thing, but with all the yellows from a lime green there.
Look at that.
Just there.
See it on there in a minute.
And then
I'm 30 seconds
No.
behind.
for the green one, it's talking about what colour leaves to
Oh,
pair with your
right.
coloured roses and stuff. The purple one, I really like this actually. It was doing a really vintage looking
that's
little hydrangeas.
gorgeous.
So yeah, there's lots of stuff in here as well about putting it together, and actually that there is
really
where
oh
the,
my god!
that's where these come from. So you guys might have seen that before. That cake, I did it. It was on the front of American Cake Decorating magazine, the last issue, which was really cool. Really chuffed about that, and thanks to Leanne for that. But yeah, that's where these berries came from. So you can see, just trying different colours, that having that oranges and stuff on
They look
a
amazing.
dark background
Yes.
instead of a light one, you know,
Yes.
just have a play with it and see how you go.
You give them so much in the book, Natalie.
Well, because it's learning, you know. It's yeah, right. I'm going to move this a little bit out of the way, because otherwise we're going to disaster.
Iris has just said, my shopping list is growing too much. My 56 years of marriage may not reach 60 if my hubby sees this list. That's Karen's, well, you know Iris, don't you? Yeah.
I do. I do. Right, so we're going to take some floral tape, and it is indeed white. We want it to be thinner than it comes off the roll. So you can either cut it or use one of these little sort of ribbon cutter things. If you do use one of those, they're fantastic, but be careful, because the razor blades, there are actual razor blades in there, and they are sharp as anything. And I'm going to start off just taking these into little bunches of 2 or 3 berries. So if you've got any questions...
Do you feel the need to want to run off and make berries?
Yeah, I do, just because of the colours.
They're really cool. These,
Yeah,
aren't
aren't they?
They're
I
one of
love
my
them.
favourite things.
Can you read that? Thank you.
I think they're absolutely stunning.
And try and keep them in the right order, so you know where your colours are at. And this all it works with any colours. Like, just go and make a branch of berries just for the hell of it. They're fun.
Yeah, I love it. Now I love the autumn colours. Love them, and I love that ombre effect of where you've put them all together, the gradient. I love that. I think it's stunning. But then when you show me how, I know it's obvious, the
Spit it out,
yellows,
Laura.
just do the yellows.
Yeah.
But it's so effective.
Yeah.
It really is so effective.
No, they are. They're a really fun thing, and they're quick to make. They're a good sort of with the Netflix on in the background.
Yeah.
And if you ever have any spare, keep them, because you never know when you just need one more. Little
Yeah,
berry.
Yeah.
that's true.
I think whenever you make anything with the florist base, you should always save it anyhow, because you never know when you might need any of them.
Yeah, it's just something to fall
Yeah,
back on, isn't
one
it?
more little filler, one
Yeah.
more leaf, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I have to say that from these 2.5 years I've been working, Natalie always gave me something like a rose or something.
What you after now? Go on, what you after now? Right, go on, are you getting it in, are you? Getting first dibs on everything.
No, but seriously, I have one shelf full of roses and things from Natalie. I look a bit creepy, but I have.
We weren't going to say anything, were we, Laura?
A bit creepy.
But the first time that my boyfriend
you carry
came,
on
I was
swooning.
like, look what I have. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, but look it again.
The work
Look what
is
you've done to her, Natalie.
the work is to be appreciated.
Well, I think it's, if someone wants to keep it.
Yeah.
We've got more than we know what to do with it, I would say. It's all right.
Aw.
Sometimes if they get broken, especially at the shows, if something gets like a little bit broken, got a broken petal or something, which it used to upset me, but I'm so used to it now. People feel compelled to touch.
Oh,
So
It's amazing how people do touch everything, isn't it? There was a whole thing going on Facebook I saw the other day about why do people touch everything. And the thing is, you've got to look with your eyes. No need to touch, is it?
no.
And I used to speak to the Queen of Hearts girls, Valerie and Christina. People would poke all their buttercream. It's hard, yeah. That's what loads the size up, but people would still poke it.
So frustrating.
It really is. It really is.
I think it's because he looks so real that you want to touch it.
I know, but as adults, you really should know better.
Yeah.
Well, or ask.
Yes.
That's the other thing.
polite.
We've always got a handful
Absolutely.
of things. Like if you want to touch it, that's cool, but touch one of these
Just
loose flowers.
yeah.
Don't be poking and
The
prodding
actual
the
displays.
displays
Yeah,
and the cakes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Alison Posey Shedwick says, Laura very kindly kept turning the receipt over when she came with her husband to collect her last order. Otherwise, she would have probably been left to have to walk home.
So that is all of us. Sorry, that was a bit long.
No,
That's all taped into little bunches of 2 and 3.
Question, did you cut the tape in half or quarters?
It was about a quarter.
Yeah.
But
You used a
anything
tape
half
cutter,
yeah,
haven't
you?
I
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah, she did. Just so that any of you don't know, Natalie did not use her scissors and cut these. Should have been here forever. We've got a tape cutter.
But yeah, just a half, a third, or a quarter will do it. It's just that if you use it full width, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You know what, that's a good tip off Bev King. If you've got any florist paste or anything like that, just make lots of berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then you've
yeah,
got them in
that's
stock.
what Natalie
I
said
mean, you always
before.
have loads of bits of stuff, don't you?
Yeah,
So
loads.
yeah, use it up. That's good, because then you can colour them afterwards, can't you?
So we're going to start at the top of the branch, like that. So I've picked my first one, and you put in your next little branch next to it. And then just bring the tape down so that they're attached. When you've gone a wee way, you can add in another little sprig.
Sorry to laugh. Mary Bowden does make me laugh. She said, Natalie, you make it look so easy twisting that tape. If I did it, it would look like I've rolled a fag.
You want to see me roll a cigarette or something really skillful.
You roll it like a florist tape, dear.
It's practice, Mary. That's all it is.
We do
I've done
sell
this
the
so
tape
many
cutters.
times.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
pure muscle memory.
It's
happening
just
now.
goes.
It's not
Yeah.
anything else.
We do sell the tape cutters. They're gem tape cutters. Wendy said it's a ribbon cutter, but it's actually a gem cutter. It's the same thing.
So again, we're just coming down, and in our colour order, it's the important thing.
Yeah.
Adding those little sprigs on.
It's actually on the wish list as well.
Well, you guys always say to me, "Oh, what are you going to be using tonight?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I don't know, some flowers."
I know. Do you know everybody who comes and does a live with us does this to us? We sit there and then we go, she never mentioned she was using that, best have that on.
It's really difficult actually to remember and think of all the things. You're doing it so on autopilot.
I was going to say, it's like you said before about that tape. It just happens naturally. You just go from one thing to the next to the next.
I've got one more little shred of tape left here that I'm going to use.
Yeah, and when you use the cutter as well, be careful.
Just be careful.
Yeah, because as Wendy said, she did cut her thumb in the class.
Did she bring it up? I wasn't going to
She's just brought it up.
Oh, right.
Wendy's just told everybody. Yes. Yeah, we were
Apparently you were
traumatised.
traumatised.
Yeah, Wendy says you were traumatised.
Oh, it's gross.
Oh, don't.
Stood here cringing again.
Oh,
Right.
that's so pretty.
So So again, we're just adding them on, like so. Oh, I might need another
Yeah,
bit of
Bev
time.
King's just saying be very careful because they get sticky, the blades.
Cleaning it is a
Yeah, it's a pain.
terrifying thing that I'm going to cheat and be lazy and not cut this bit. I'm going to use it.
It's great how you're pulling that together though. Done sort of fantastic.
Right, we've just got a couple more that we're just adding them on. Ooh. Okay. And do you know what you're saying about making the taping look easy? Because of what this is, it's a branch of berries. If your tape's a bit scrappy, it doesn't matter. It's just
No.
going to look like a textured branch.
Do you know what? You're actually part colouring that tape with your fingers, with the dust off your fingers, aren't you? So that's probably the best way to colour, isn't it? Get it all over your fingers and then rub it on the tape. How cool is that?
Okay, so this is our last one down here. And just
No, it's not. You got one on the blue ones there.
Eh?
You've got one near the blue banging pads there.
What? Oh, there isn't.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
behind.
I keep forgetting I'm 30 seconds behind.
I was going to say,
You know, when you're talking about things, like, what are they talking about? I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, right.
Well, I'm looking off the computer.
And then, because they're all wired, you can bend and twist and shape everything. Like so. And then the final flourish is, and this is why I do it with white tape, is we're just going to take our brush and our dust, and we're just going to, just very loosely, and this is really easy to do because the tape is waxy, it's tacky,
Right.
so the dust sticks to it really, really well. And you want to blend those colours as you
Does that
go.
look fabulous, that?
And I think it makes such a difference doing this with it. And again, this means you can have a blue stem, a green stem, a pink stem, whatever on earth you want stem. Just bringing that colour down. And some plants do have red or pink stems,
Yeah, they do.
even with green leaves. They're really cool. Like that. In fact, we can just add a little bit there. And I'm just going to, on this I'll do it on the back because otherwise it's just, because it's round you can sort of see the stem. And that there is a little branch of autumn berries.
Oh my
Don't suppose
goodness.
you could hold it against the
They
white
look
one again for
absolutely
me.
beautiful.
The white tissue again for me.
Sure can.
It shows the colour off so much better, you know, when it's against bright white. Wow.
There you go.
Just hold it there for a
Really
little longer.
pops there.
So we've got that, which we can then sit with our, pop our leaves in the background.
Good idea. See that artistic flair come through there?
No, totally.
We would have just left it on the tissue, wouldn't we?
Oh, you've just got all the colours and
How
then you've got
beautiful is that? Everybody absolutely
Yeah.
loves it.
pinky leaves. So there you go, that's
Wow.
our
Amazing.
autumn dust.
Incredible.
And the seasonal leaves, and yeah, I like them. Branches of berries make me happy.
They're gorgeous.
They look stunning. They do look stunning. They
Well
blend in really well. Yes, well done.
Oh, thanks.
Everybody's wow, 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 wow.
Right, I am really mucky.
Don't touch anyone.
I don't know what Barbara Ann's doing. Barbara Ann Falls just said, are there no viewers tonight with no comments?
What?
Wow.
We've had 300 odd viewers and the comments are flying, Barbara.
I think you might have swiped the comments off.
I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think you've swiped your comments off.
They're
Yeah.
definitely viewers.
Yeah.
There's definitely
And
comments.
those, thank you for all those love arts. They look absolutely amazing. So well done.
Yeah, it's beautiful work.
Yeah.
Just popping these back on before I make a
So,
terrible mess.
I gave you a big hint before.
You've got to ask.
Have we got to ask nicely?
Yeah, see what the viewers reckon.
Yeah, so
When you ask, I'm going to wash my hands.
yeah, so I'll ask you now. So Natalie is going to, I've asked Natalie to do her orchid cutter on Thursday so that she can use the pinks and purple colours then. So I thought while she's doing the leaves tonight, I'd really like her to use something from her Ultimate Peony Bundle set, because I know that you always love the roses and the peonies from there. So we've got a little bit of time and we know how fast she can knock these out. So
We did time you, didn't we? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you
Didn't
remember
take
that
you
time?
long,
We
did
tried
it?
to time you, didn't we?
So What do you think we should make? What do you want to make? Can we have a choice between a peony or a rose?
What do you prefer?
You don't mind. So go on, what do you want? Be very quick. Do you want a quick peony or a quick rose? And what colour should we have? Would you be using one of your lovely gels?
Oh, I will. I'm picking the colour though.
Oh, right. Oh, okay then. That's that. Right. Suppose we can't be fussy. What would you
We'll be
like?
here all night waiting for decisions.
Go on then. What would you like? A peony or a rose?
I say rose.
I think rose as well.
You happy with rose?
Should we rose?
We'll choose for them.
Yeah.
Alright.
Rose.
Alright. Let me put that out of the way and move this little.
Do you want me to get rid of it?
Oh.
They all absolutely love it. So we're going to go for a rose. I know you want a peony, but hard luck now. We chose a rose.
You're getting a free tutorial. What more do you want?
Yeah, exactly. We're having a rose. I don't think we've got the energy to go over time tonight to do a peony either. What colour are you going to do it?
A really deep pink because that will look really nice with those colours.
Yeah.
We could go for like a peony bud.
Oh, should we do that then?
If you
All
want.
right then. She'll keep
Like
you
a
happy.
smaller one.
So we're gonna do a rose. So we'll do a small rose and a small peony bud. Would that be okay?
Oh, no.
It's
So one or the other.
One
Oh,
or the other.
right. I thought you were offering both. No, we're having the rose.
Alright.
Rose.
Where is it? Here. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're getting cheeky now. Rose with a leaf.
No. You've got leaves.
Leaves.
Got your autumn leaves.
Crikey. Tell you what, that
I know.
sounds like a job for a private lesson.
Yes, it
Pay
does.
me for mine.
Yes, absolutely. To be fair, the leaves, you just use your leaf cutters and colour them in. Exactly as she's shown you tonight.
that's it, yeah.
But use her gorgeous green colours.
That's it, right?
Yeah, we're going to make a rose, everybody. And then we're going to use some of this paste, are we?
Yep.
The actual paste, not dust now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll use the colour.
So we're going to do a quick rose for you.
It's fresh.
She's washed all her hands, got all that colour off.
Well, it's a relative term.
Yeah.
Still a bit mucky. And I've just got a little bit of petal base that I'm going to use here just because I am sticky. Right. So for a nice deep pink, we're going to put in plenty of the magenta. And I would normally use a cocktail stick to fish that out. And I think I have some somewhere. But to be honest, who knows?
Don't worry.
My possessions are everywhere. I've been packed up from Cake International. That's the worst thing, is that you get to the end of the show, and as I'm sure you guys can imagine, all you want to do is go home.
Oh, no.
So you just throw it all in the car and the van and worry about it later. By which I mean regret it later,
Yes,
when you
because
can't
you-
find
yeah.
anything.
Because you have the best intentions of being organised and everything like that, but it just does not happen.
That's it.
It can't happen.
Well, the thing is, as well, is that I've just realised I spelled stick wrong there, haven't I? What the hell have I done there?
So we've got a nice
Let's not worry about it.
deep magenta,
It's
which
gorgeous.
we will dust up, and that you can see how it's going to sit with
Yeah.
those colours there. I'm doing a rose on a wire tonight. So quite often you guys will ask me, like, oh, what do we do if we want to make a wire instead of a cocktail stick? So this is one of my usual balls, where I've taken a polystyrene ball and put a little bit of glue from a hot glue gun on it and put a cocktail stick in. Did exactly the same thing, except instead of a cocktail stick, I've just used a bit of it's either 18 or 20 gauge wire, so a nice heavy wire.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's exactly the same. I pop the lid on that before I make a mess as well. So the first thing we want to do, hang on, I'm sticky, is just make a little cone of paste like that. We're going to wet the top of the polystyrene ball, and then just pop it on there, make it a little pixie hat, and then our ball becomes a bud shape.
That colour's beautiful.
It is, it's a cool colour. And then I'm just going to roll these out here. If you find it sticking, which I am a little bit, we can use just a little bit corn flour. And the thing is, you only want a tiny bit. You don't want your work to be swimming in it, because otherwise it's just going to dry out the flour paste. which isn't what we want. So I'm going to pop that on there, cut a chunk out, as you can see, and then I'm just trimming away that extra bit, like so, so that we've got ourselves a single petal. Pop it on your foam pad, and then ball tool or the end of your rolling pin, and you just sorry, see, because the show's over now, I'm going to get sick.
Yes.
Happens every
Yes,
year.
every year.
So we're just going around the edge there. You want to be half on, half off, and it's just giving it that nice frill. And then wet half of it, and this very first one goes on sideways. And then we're going to tuck that end in first. And if you need an extra little spot of water there, you can do, just to hold that down. Then that comes round on top, and then that there is the central petal, very first bit of the rose. What I don't
Do you want something to pop it in?
in there.
Can I get you a dummy then?
Um,
Just as you did it, I thought, that's going to need something to pop it in.
Yeah. So I'm going to take another lump of flour paste. Now, a better sugar crafter would be making sure she was putting her paste back in her bag each time, which I'm going to now do. As always, when you take your flour paste out of the bag, just make sure that you give it a knead so that it's nice and soft and malleable again. And the softer and more malleable you start off with it, the longer you've got to work with it before it starts to crack or dry out or anything like that. I just did, that's annoying. Never mind. And again, a little bit of corn flour so you're not sticking. Like so. And then we're going to pop the cutter on, press firmly and give it a wiggle. Pull that away from the outside, and then pop that onto your petal pad. Ball tool again, and you're just going around the outside. You're just looking for a nice soft wave as opposed to making it frilly. The reason for that is just that you want to be able to give the petals the shape. If you make it too frilly, they're going to make their own shape and you're not going to be able to sort of do what you want with them. So that's where this comes in. This is the Rapid Rose Pad. It is my little green baby, and it is, if you will, the magic bit that makes using 5 petal cutters so very, very easy. So you're going to wet the centre and do a line up each edge.
Everyone's fallen in love with that colour. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's a good colour. Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
Just magenta.
Yeah.
So, Barbara, I don't know what's going on with your thing tonight. I don't know why you can't see comments. Don't know why you can't hear us. So I think you might have to, somebody swiped your iPad or something, or swipe it the other way, and then also turn up the sound maybe.
Try it.
And also, if you're plugged in sometimes to the electric, you can't hear, can you? If you're on charge, I don't know. What size are the balls?
So these are 20mm ones that I've used with the 9cm cutters.
Fantastic.
If you have the set, download the tutorial, because
Yeah.
all that
All of
information
it.
is in that. It's also
Yeah.
in the book. So for this first row, we're going to do 2 petals to start with, opposite sides like that, so we've got 2 little wings, and then that comes on top there, and that one's going on top there like that. And then we can just curl the edges back and open those petals up there. And then we're going to do the same with this next 3. So 1, 2, 3. And if you need to, you can sort of pull them a little bit left or right so they're equidistant. And then you're going to close those bits on top of its neighbour, and that there does your rosebud. You can turn it over, press it down at the back. That bit in there where your polystyrene ball is the strong bit. And like we did before, you can just use your fingers
Okay, I've got
curl
that
it back
locked
a
in.
little bit, just like that.
Stunning.
And that there is your rosebud. So I'm just going to add 1 more row of petals onto it, and then I think we'll have 2 minutes to throw on some petal dust. And
Yeah,
at
because
that
you like to
point-
dust them. Even after this beautiful colour, you still
Oh,
like
yeah.
to add a little bit more detail, don't
Oh,
you?
gosh, yeah. And then, ladies and gents, I reckon we're going to call it
We've
a
had
night, or
enough.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
collapse.
We've had enough, we're going bed.
So again, if it is sticking, you can go for a little bit of corn.
Let me just stop something here. So my iPad doesn't show comments since your web chat site changed. The website's got nothing to do with Facebook. Okay, and I will tell you, my iPad doesn't show comments either. I don't know why anymore.
And it's nothing to do with our
It's
website.
nothing to do with us. It's to do with the update on the iPads. Does it on the phone, but it doesn't do it on the iPad. Don't know why.
Not worry about
It's
that tonight.
Nothing to do with our website. They're two completely different things.
There's a little bag of.
Yeah, it is since there's been an update. Maybe do the next update and they'll come back. Funny enough, I've got an update to do tonight, so that'd be interesting.
So like we did before, you're just going around the edge with your ball tool. Just looking for that nice soft wave as opposed to making it too frilly. And then we're just curling the edges back, like so. And there's none of this with a cocktail stick, just use your fingers. You're going to pop it upside down on there again. Oh. See that you can see I'm tired. Struggling with
I know, but yeah.
Like we did before, water in the centre and a line up the edge of each petal. And then pop your rosebud through the middle. We're going to start off with one there and attach one side of it. Spin them round slightly and put that next one in there, and then that comes down on top. And then the next one goes inside, that goes on top. The next one goes inside, that comes on top. And the next one, and then if we've done it right, the very last bit should go on top of the very first bit. Again, we can turn it over, press the bottom down because that's where the strength is, and try not to squish the top. So don't sort of start squeezing it there. And that there is a wee little rose.
Stunning.
So I'm just going to hold it upside down for a second so that it can dry. Remember guys, if you've bought a bundle from me or from Carol, there's that link inside. So when you take the Rapid Rose pad out, you'll see a link to our website where you can download a tutorial. So it's a PDF step by step. The last page or the penultimate page, and this is for the roses and the peonies, has got all that information on it about where I get the buds from, what size I use, etc. So keep that for reference.
Yeah.
If for any reason you can't download it, 'cause sometimes like the website, well you guys know this, don't you? Websites can have a mind of their own. Send us an email and Chris or I will reply to your email with the tutorials attached. And again, if you need a hand with it, if ever you're doing it and you're thinking, oh, do you know what, it doesn't look quite right, send me a photo. I've made that many. I can look at it in 2 seconds and I'll be able to say to you, do this, do that, whatever.
It is good though, when you have made them, you can tell straight away, can't you?
Oh yeah.
You can, can't you?
It's I've just done it.
A few thousand times.
There's been many of those in my life. Yes. Right, I'm going to do one more bit of kitchen paper.
There, it's telling you it's home time. The last bit of tissue.
And I'm going to do, I think, the violet pink, possibly a bit of pure purple, and we might want the burgundy. I'm not sure. I'm going to make this up as I go along, guys. Basically. Right. I'm going to go for a little brush here. I'm going to take this colour and I'm just going on the edges, and you can see that my rose is moving around, so what I think I'm going to do is end up squashing the rose in a bit to make the colours even better, because normally you'd want to leave these overnight so it was nice and dry by the time you come to do this. Makes it much easier. I'm just going to take a little bit of that burgundy just to darken it up, and that you can see it does make a difference, which is why I'm absolutely obsessive about doing this always. But unfortunately this is such a very fresh rose that all I'm doing is moving the petals as much as it is that I'm putting the colour on. So alright, this isn't going to be the neatest one in the world, but like we said, this is about This is as much about colour as it is about anything else today. And it's late.
Very,
And we're tired.
very.
And we've been doing lots of work.
You have, and you've been demoing all weekend doing these over and over.
And you're not going home till Friday.
I know you poor thing.
We do like to keep ourselves busy. That's for certain. Right.
Just try and keep on that Santa camera.
So again, I'm just going to go around again with just a little bit of that burgundy just to darken it up. And because we're going with all those autumny colours, we want it to be a little bit sort of intense and bright and even a little bit dirty looking, if you know what I mean. Not just, we don't want like bright
Just,
summer pink.
yes,
We
I
want
know what you
something-
mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it,
You
right.
just try and keep it on that camera
It's-
there. Yeah.
it's-
And then like just a little bit of the purple there. And it is just blending with all of it. And just giving us a really bold, deep and dark edge on that. And it is, it's just playing with the colours, experimenting a little bit. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, but it is always worth a go because you never know until such time as you do it. And I reckon that before this poor fresh rose falls apart, that you can see, it's
Oh,
so
bending in.
I reckon that I'm going to call it a day there. Going to bend that up, pop it just there, I think. Hang on, because then it will stay put. Why won't it stay put? Oh, can we make him stay put? Tried really hard, guys.
I know.
Hang on. Maybe if I trap it in and amongst the berries, it'll help hold it. No, that's not going to work either. That'll do. Right.
Balance.
So I'm going to put my dust away because dust without the lids on
Oh,
is
yeah.
asking for a disaster. I'm not even going to lift it up.
No, it's just slide.
I'm just going to shuffle it into
Perfect.
view.
Oh my God, look at them
So you can see the colours together.
They're stunning, aren't they? Oh, that is the right colour to go with it, isn't it? Wow, it's stunning.
Wow. Absolutely.
Stunning, isn't it? Come on, get those love hearts and applauses going.
So there you go.
Well
guys.
done.
Incredible.
Absolutely well done, Natalie. You've done very, very well.
Awesome.
Oh, God. I'm hobbling round here now. Didn't she do well? What a fantastic live. Hope you do appreciate it. And I hope you do appreciate it. You know what? We do these lives free of charge for you. You know, we've had a busy weekend. None of us have actually had a day off in 10 days. And we've and more. And we've all been working today as well, and we're here tonight working. So, you know, we are trying really hard to help some of you. So I know some of you have got some comments on there about your iPads. I can't help you with those. You know, you have to do your updates and sort those out. It's nothing to do with the live feeds. And it's definitely nothing to do with the website. You don't need to stand corrected. You know, I was just pointing out it's just nothing to do with the website. I try to be as helpful as I can. So sometimes the odd little comment like that, you know, stand to be corrected. You know, I wasn't standing anyone to be corrected. I was just pointing out it's nothing to do with the website. So please don't get offended, but we can't answer your questions on your appliances. You just have to learn how to use them. But anyhow, let's get back to what we're here for, and it's about enjoying what Natalie's done tonight. She has done an amazing show at Cake International. So many of you bought the products there. Not all of you were able to see the whole live demos that she was doing there. So she's very gladly come up, and to be fair, I had to convince her to come up because we both knew how knackered we was going to be, to come up and do this and not take the day off and do this live tonight. And she's going to come back on Thursday and do a part 2 because we wanted to make sure we didn't ram it all into one session because it would have been super speed.
Can't wait.
So just pass that back to me again, Natalie. So Natalie's other cutter is an orchid, and she's going to be coming back to show you how to use this, and she'll be using her pinks and lilacs, giving you a lot more hints and tips, telling you about the book. So those of you who have already got the books already can start flipping through, you know, you've had a close-up tutorial tonight to start flipping through, start playing, and be back with us on Thursday. You can buy all the products on our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. You can also pop over to Natalie's website as well. Everything is in stock on both sites. We're doing an offer at the moment as well. We're doing a free bag of icing sugar for all orders over £20. So anybody who's ordering anything, get cracking, get ordering, and that's on ours. And I just want to say thank you to all those people who bought presents. I know some of you have been very generous and bought presents for loads of people, which is amazing. You got presents, we got presents, so it's brilliant. And the awards, I'm just going to say it again. Thank you so much for the awards.
How long can we milk this for?
We're going to milk it all year.
Yeah.
It's the only time I'm ever going to hold one of these.
I don't think so.
You should be doing, let's see. So, but thank you so much that the flavoured icing sugars finally got its recognition. It's been up as a finalist all the time, and the Nifty Nozzles has. And this year, what Cake Masters did, they changed it. It wasn't the best product, it was actually product of excellence. And so, you know, quite a few of us won this award, which was brilliant. So we're very, very pleased. And for us to get 2 was amazing, because I don't think anybody else got 2, which was good. I think we were the only ones who got 2. It's good, isn't it? Do you think so? Because people kept saying to me I got 2, which was great. I was looking for 3, by the way, and possibly 4. But you know what, we'll work on that next year. You know. Anyhow, we have got to go to bed. I'm sure you have. We are extremely exhausted, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.